How's it going, Critter Family? I hope you all are doing well. Today we are going over a video by Tara. This is one that was recommended to me this is a little while back. I'm desensitizing Bella to leg using artificial legs, horse balls. So these are jolly balls. These are like a horse toy, or they also sell them for dogs as well. Interesting that I think it's an interesting idea, but if you're going to teach her why would you desensitize her to legs? I don't think that's a good idea. If I were to teach, if I'm going to use a leg, I want a horse to know what it means. I don't want to to me, desensitizing sounds like you're making it, you're no longer sensitizing the horse to it. You've desensitized them. They no longer worry about it. Just like desensitizing them to a plastic bag. Or in this case, maybe she didn't desensitize her to it and she uses it so she can use pressure. Anyway, I guess we'll get started.
Today I'm lunging Bella with the artificial legs, as I call them, obviously horse balls. If you watched Bella when I started,
lip lick, maybe a little bit of anxiety. So when we see the balls here attached by, looks like some hay string, or at least this one looks like it's attached by hay string. The other one looks like it might be attached by something else. But this is giving her constant tapping on both sides at different intervals. So I don't want to desensitize a horse. Now, this is great for desensitizing a horse to something like this on their body, being able to walk around a little bit, not desensitizing them that they don't worry about or freak out when they feel like a ball on the side of them. Absolutely, that's great. But I would not use it as a way to desensitize the legs, and I don't know if Bella will be able to make that connection that this is a leg or a fake leg, and to yield to it, or just ignore it. But that's just me.
Backer or Farouk, this is something that I do just to get them used to the feeling of something bobbing about like a leg on
so
their
is
side.
is this an old video of hers? Is this like really, really young Bella, or is this, because she kind of posted a couple of old videos. One of them she looks like she reposted was a video of the person using two whips on their horse, trying to get them into, I've covered that video before, trying to get their horse through a small little opening, and they used two whips on this horse.
Obviously been riding for a couple of years now.
Okay, so this is not an old video.
Decided that she's just a little bit too sensitive to the leg, so I just wanted to desensitize her a little.
Well,
not a
I
lot,
think that's great that the horse is sensitive to the leg. If you don't know how to control your own dang leg, then maybe that's the problem. Because people oftentimes are just kick all the time. And that's how they desensitize their horse to it. And then they need to get harder and harder and harder. I don't know that it's, maybe she's very sensitive to the leg, so you don't need to use a lot of leg. Try to use more verbals with her. Try to use more of your seat with her. Don't rely so much on just the leg. Use the verbal as your control and use the leg as your secondary if you need to give them a secondary cue. So if you click and that gets them going from a walk to a trot, or if you just say trot, or in her case, trot, then they don't move, then you just squeeze them a little bit with your leg, not a massive amount of kicking or anything like that. And the leg is just there as a backup. And next time you would say, or trot or whatever, and the horse would move on. So the leg should be a backup. I don't mind if a horse is sensitive to the leg, because my legs aren't flopping around all over the place. I don't want to desensitize them to the leg, because then you're going to have to use more and more pressure to get them to respond to it. So this is just my opinion.
Horse, I do like them to go forward smartly off the leg, but sometimes when I put my leg on in the walk to go into trot, she just jumps a little bit forward instead of moving smoothly.
Then I wouldn't say that it's necessarily that she needs to be desensitized to it. It's probably that you ambushed her. You didn't teach, you don't talk to her in a way of saying trot. and she doesn't understand how to respond to just your verbal. It sounds like to me, instead of just, and maybe when you go to squeeze her, maybe you kick her, and that scares her and that sends her into a jump. Don't just be trotting along or walking along doodly doodly and then you don't say anything, you're totally quiet, and then you just start, you kick them in the side. I can't remember how she uses her feet, if she's really kicking her a lot. I mean, I think she does kick a lot, but I'm not going to say that she does or not just because I can't remember, if she has or not. But something tells me she probably does kick a lot. So anyway, sounds like you might be ambushing her or kicking too hard.
Out of one gate into the next, and the same with the canter. So that's why I'm having a little bit of desensitization over the next 2 days.
Good Lord.
Being a pet.
Okay, so now she's starting to, buck, and that's not really. She wants her to keep going. I don't know what she's trying to accomplish here by showing us the second time. It looks like she's just getting irritated. I mean, she seems like she's totally fine with these little balls here. She's probably already desensitized to her kicking anyway. I guess not if she jumps from one, from the walk to the trot, but maybe she jumps because she's irritated. Maybe she's jumping because, she's tired of having to do this constant trotting or this canter or this whatever. Knowing anybody who has to carry Tara here would probably lose their mind. So here she just seems like she's just frustrated. She's just tired of having to go in circles over and over again, or maybe she's trying to get these little balls off. Maybe I don't know. She doesn't seem like she's going into a blind buck. She's just showing some frustration. Like she didn't want to go in the canter. She's a good girl. She's a very cute girl. So she kind of went pretty quick there, which tells me that Tara always puts a lot of pressure on her to get her to move. She didn't just, she went straight into the. It looked like a canter. She didn't just do a slow trot and whatnot. Because canter's always on her ass. Tara's always on her ass to get her moving, to get her running, chasing her. So that's a little bit of frustration. Almost ran over her. That wasn't a very good stop, in my opinion, because I don't think Bella was, entirely paying attention to Tara. That's nothing bad on the horse. That doesn't mean it's the horse's fault. I would do another circle slowly and then have her stop nicely, and then I would have her go in a circle in a trot and have her stop nicely. Have her go in a circle and one single circle in a canter, and then have her stop slowly. I don't know if she asked her to do that. I don't know if she asked her to do anything other than the trot. Again, this could be frustration. She says, I'm tired of running in circles. I don't want to. She could be kicking at her, or her tail being braided could be smacking her, and it's annoying. And so she's maybe kicking at that. Another distraction. So we have a lot of distractions here. I'm not a fan of patting horses. I don't think horses like it when you pat them like that. They're not a dog, and a lot of dogs don't even like patting like that either. Yeah, that tells me, or at least that's what I would think of, is that's just frustration. Did she ask her to stop there? Because she didn't really stop and turn. She just kind of stopped suddenly. Again, frustration. She's tired of running in circles. Her tail is probably bothering the crap out of her. Whoa, what was that? That was kind of a weird stop, so I'm glad that she had her run it again. I mean, although it's not necessarily the horse's fault that they stopped weird, the human, that was not a good stop either. I wouldn't have. I would have had her go one more circle and then again cut off the drive line, stop them, have them stop softly, not just this jumping and kind of crow hopping type thing. I mean, again, it's nothing necessarily bad that the horse is doing it. The horse is just stopping and trying to stop, very quickly, or she's confused, or the balls or the tail or whatever, something is keeping her attention, and so she's like she's just not. I don't think she's like totally dialed in. I think these are more of a distraction for her. I would fix that ball on that side. She doesn't seem to care. She's gonna keep it. Okay. So that confused her. The ball went down, and both balls, maybe could have been pressing on her side. So she thought, well, maybe I'm supposed to stop, or something rolled. I mean, that could have spooked her, but it didn't. Great. She's doing awesome with these little things. But Terry doesn't notice that, so then she starts to walk slowly, and then she has her go fast. I don't know why she keeps repeating the cue. Don't repeat the cue. Over and over and over again. That was a better stop. I would love to play with this horse. Ah, what was that? I say that as she pins her ears at Tara. See? They're walking. I'm trying to see what was that about? Something made her ear. Maybe because she's holding on to her. Maybe because of whatever. But she pins her ears seemingly at Tara, almost like she wanted to bite her. Maybe not. But then she stops. Ears are pinned again. Wants to sniff. Won't let her sniff. Day two on this. And I don't know that her legs would be that low on this. I think her legs would probably be right about here. But I could be wrong. Ouch. That wasn't necessarily painful, but, it's a correction nonetheless.
Inside eye, looking at me.
So she's yanking her head around.
With Farouk's fairies.
So she's yanking her head around to get her to focus on her. I think this horse is great. This is a very, very patient, very willing horse. If you would quit nagging her, she'd probably look at you. She's watching you. She's listening to you. She's getting irritated by you. She stopped, but she's not looking at you.
Good hearing. And Bella's heard the horse box coming. I haven't, but Bella's heard it.
Good girl.
By horse box, I think they mean the trailer or horse trailer. I'm not sure if this is my internet or really my computer. My computer is literally like a potato plugged into the wall. So I don't know if this is choppy because of my computer or because of her video. I'm going to blame my computer. I'm not going to blame Tara's video on that. So apologies for...
No, it's just seen our box.
I wonder what horse box is. So it doesn't look like a trailer. I mean, maybe it is. Maybe it's a fancy trailer. Sorry, I hope that's not too loud for y'all. Yeah, this is going to be really choppy. So sorry about that. But hopefully it wasn't too bad for you all for the rest of the video. I see it as a great way to desensitize them to certain things on their side that could scare them. But I wouldn't desensitize them to it as far as leg yields go. I would like the horse to be able to continue to stay sensitive to a leg yield. That's just me. That's my 2 cents. Let me know what you think about this video. Say howdy to your little critters. Give them some kind of loving. Say howdy do for me. And until next time, practice peace, patience, and positivity.